Hello. See if I can. Hello. Hey, Amanda.
Hello?
Let me see if Kate is on here. Katie.
Gosh, put that back in.
Please not. I watch the gas pump. I'm gonna pee my pants.
Can I hear you?
Smell yourself. He's not listening.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we're still waiting on Katie. Hey,
Sorry. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Are you in Florida?
I am. Yes.
There's Katie. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, hanging in there.
Awesome.
Sunday night, so, doing good. So I'm not going to take up too much of Katie's time because I can't wait for you guys to hear from her. But I met Katie at Jewel Training, and we had a pretty large group, but she stuck out right away to me. Just her ability to, speak without saying every 2 seconds. That's something that I'm working on. And just her personality, it was kind of magnetic. So I actually asked her on a date while we were at Jewel Training and kind of picked her brain. And it's just been such a blessing to get to know her. So I'm ready for her to kind of pour into our team. So Katie, take it away.
Hey. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. To anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Katie Trent, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I live in Austin, Texas. Actually, it's Dripping Springs, Texas, if anyone knows where that is, but it's right on the outside of Austin. And I've been in Plexus for 3 years. So just a quick snippet of my journey for y'all. I went Senior Ruby in 6 months, and then I sat at Senior Ruby for 6 months and had a lot of growing to do and learning. I basically found out very quickly that I was good at recruiting people, but I really lacked the whole train people, that's like a factor in this. I don't know. It did not dawn on me until all of a sudden I'm sitting there realizing I have all these people that probably need to know what to do. And so I learned a lot of hard lessons very quickly. And personal growth and development. And I went Emerald it took me 15 months to go Emerald. So that was kind of my journey up to Jewel status. And when I was talking to Kate earlier in the past month or so, talking about what we wanted to talk on this call about, and she just mentioned, I would love to talk about belief and mindset and the grit that comes with working this business. And I love that she picked those 3 words because those are kind of my passion to talk about. So I'm excited to share just a little bit of my perspective on these topics. And I'm just going to let y'all know, tonight is not going to be super business focused in the sense of you need to do X, Y, Z in your business for it to equal this. There's lots of great people in our organization that are focused on that, and they have great videos, and I'm sure Kate could find tons for you. But I'm going to do a little bit more behind the heart of what belief and mindset and grit means. Because what I find with people, and I'm sure if you're on this call and you're working your business, if you've been in this business anytime at all, you find that people quit on themselves all the time. Right? They're the first to give up on themselves. They come in so excited about the products and they just want to see all these changes, and then they want to do this business, and then before you know it, they're not responding to your messages. They're not ordering. They've turned off that auto ship. They've just given up. And at least in my experience, there have been very few that are willing to have a conversation with me and kind of be willing to admit I just really didn't use them. Or I didn't drink my water, or I wasn't active, or I came in with completely unrealistic expectations. I mean, that would be the prime customer, right? You're like, thank goodness they at least get why it's not working. It's not because the products don't work. It's because they really aren't putting their best effort into this. But that's probably one of the hardest lessons I think people learn in this business is that people are going to quit and give up on themselves faster than you'll ever expect. And that can be frustrating. And so the fact that I'm even sitting here talking to y'all tonight about this is kind of a miracle in and of itself, because I am a quitter. Like, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm a quitter. When things get hard, when things feel messy, when things just aren't going the way I want, when things aren't fun, can we just be real? When it's not fun and I'm not like enjoying myself, and I'm also very competitive, so I like to do really well at things. And when I feel like things aren't going really well like that, I just really, my passion and my excitement kind of wane. You know, if I'm honest, like, I'm just kind of like, ugh. And then before you know it, I've stopped doing whatever it was. Slowly but surely, I've stopped doing whatever it was that I was committing to. And that can be Bible studies, y'all. I've been like, I'm going to go to this Bible study. It's going to be so great. And then I get bored and I don't go anymore. I'm a quitter. I'm just honest. I've tried diets before, and I wanted to like do all these runs and whatever. And then something happened. My schedule got crazy, and then I just didn't feel like waking up because my bed felt so much better at 5 a.m. than putting tennis shoes on did. So I definitely stayed in bed, and I quit during that run that day. I don't know if I'm the only one in this group that has done these things, but if you're a quitter, can you just raise your hand? Or if you've ever quit anything like in life? Okay, yeah. At least I'm not alone. So that is, I want to get to the heart of why we quit things. And why sometimes when things are hard, especially in this business, why it's tempting to quit. And y'all, when I say the word quit, I am not even talking about quitting Plexus like you're like turning in a resignation form and you're like, I'm done. Like, I'm not even talking about quitting. I'm talking about quitting when it means you stop showing up to Zooms. Okay? You stop showing up to team calls. You stop showing up for diving into your back office. I mean, do you check your back office every day, or are there some days you're like, I just don't even want to look at it? I don't even want to like deal with this right now, right? We quit putting ourselves in situations where we can grow. We quit posting. Maybe your schedule's busy one day and you don't even get a post out there. You quit prospecting. You quit following up. You quit giving excellent customer service. Because if you've been in Plexus for a while, I don't know if you've been here the last 2 years, I'm not sure the dynamic of the timeline of the people that are in this group, but we've had some ups and downs, right? We've had some challenges with just some of the customer service stuff going on. If you feel like you can't be a good customer service advocate for your customers, sometimes it's easier to just not even want to deal with it. I've had team members tell me, I don't even want to follow up with my customers because I'm worried I'm going to hear one more person that's not going to order again. So they just don't. Okay? It's like mentality. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to go there. It doesn't feel good. Another word or another way that we can quit in this business is accountability. I mean, do you have an accountability partner? Have you ever had one? Accountability is icky because it kind of points that mirror back at us, right? We have to answer for what we said we were going to do. And so if you're not showing up for accountability, if you're not seeking accountability, that's another way of kind of quitting in your business. You're not letting yourself see the areas that need growth and work and things that can be done better. So another way that we can quit is making time for your business. I have people that all the time, I gave y'all my timeline earlier when I worked my business, and I went to Senior Ruby in 6 months. Y'all, I worked corporate America then. I worked 70 hours a week, and I had 2 kids, and my commute was 3 hours. So like, I had a busy, crazy life, but I still made those goals in my business happen. So when people try to tell me like, oh, I just don't have time, I kind of laugh a little bit inside. I'm like, well, we're just not making a priority, right? So quitting, another way to quit in your business is not making it a priority, not showing up for it. Another thing that you can quit in your business is by not speaking positively to yourself. That's one way. Or if you're in chat groups, I don't know how many people get in chat groups, and then all of a sudden you want to talk about, oh, this didn't happen, or my customer this, or looking at the conversations that you're having. Are you speaking negatively? Are you speaking positively in your life? They say the 5 people you surround yourself with are the people that are going to impact you the most. So look at those people. Who's impacting you and impacting your heart? Because your heart is where this quitting pattern comes from. Okay? And so we're kind of dig a little bit deeper into this. So I want y'all to get a vision for what it looks like to not quit, because it never really occurred to me that quitting things, and again, we're not talking about just leaving Plexus, we're talking about doing the list I just gave you in different capacities. Quitting things like that means that I am not becoming a woman that God and others can count on. And that matters a lot to me. And until I really thought of it like that, I didn't really get that gut check. I just used to kind of be like, oh, well, I'll do better next time, or Monday I'll just start over again. You see those memes like, you said you'd start again on Monday, and like how many Mondays has that been? Because we do that. We try to give ourselves this weird excuse that we can keep doing what we're doing, and then Monday we're going to get better at it. Or next month I'm going to push hard for my points. Or next month I'm going to work really hard. This month's too far gone. I mean, how many of you have already checked out? It's March 25th. Have you already said this month's done? It's over? Like, I'm just going to quit this month. I'm not going to give my best this month. Or
No.
do you view it? That's good. Do you view it in the sense that you're like, hey, I've still got, 6 days left, and I can crank this out because I want to be someone that my team can count on, that Kate can count on, that other people can count on in this business, because I'm going to give my all. And so when I kind of had that gut check that I'm someone that people can count on to be that leader and to show up consistently, whether I feel like it or not, that really helped to kind of change how I viewed the different assignments that come with Plexus. And so, y'all, Plexus is so much fun. Plexus is honestly the best opportunity in the entire world. And I hope that you believe that sincerely in your hearts, because there's nothing else out there like Plexus. From the opportunity of the products, I mean, y'all, I am not green whatsoever. I do not know. I mean, I know we have chromium in the pink drink. I literally don't know much about the ingredients. All I know is they work. And they help all my friends, and I love it, and that's why I'm passionate about it, and I see the changes, and I love that. But the more I do learn about those ingredients, and the more I do see how smart and well crafted our products are, and how much they actually work exactly how our bodies are needing products to work, there's nothing I could say that could ever detract from Plexus. I love what we have to offer. And then when it comes to the fact that health is such a key component for not just me, not just my husband, but for everybody I know, for all the people I love, Plexus is it. Always and forever. It's going to be it. It's the best company. And we have a great compensation plan to back that up. So my belief in this company is never going to waver. But my belief in myself is what challenges me. And I think we can get there at some points as leaders, right? We can kind of get there and say, we think in our head, it's never going to happen. One of the biggest ways I see people on my team quit is they quit believing that they're going to get to their next goal or their next rank or whatever that dream rank is for you. If that's Emerald and you've stopped believing that, that's a form of quitting, right? If you're like, it's just not going to happen, it'd be nice. That sounds great. Maybe one day. That's a form of quitting. But if you're like, I am going to be an Emerald, I am going to be a Gold, I am going to be Senior Gold, that's belief. And your belief transfers into actions. And so one of the mantras that I've worked through, and I have it written up on my desk, is our thoughts becomes the words that we speak. The words we speak become the actions that we take. And the actions we take determine our steps forward. And so I repeat that to myself all the time. My kids hear it. There's been times that my kids have been bickering and fighting, and then one will say oh, I don't feel like doing that, or I don't like that, and then they'll start saying, hey, your thoughts, that negative thought is going to become the words that you're speaking. You hear it, right? And I'm like, whoa, my kids are picking up on this, because it's so important to kind of call out exactly what it is that we're struggling with. And so your thoughts, if you're telling yourself, it'd be nice, maybe, I don't know, one day, that thought is putting that place of doubt that it may not happen. So I'm just not going to push as hard as I could. Or maybe the thought in your head is, I'm not going to look at my back office today because I just don't want to deal with what's back there. Or back office is really hard for me to understand, right? That's when I get a lot. I just don't get it. It's brand new. It's so hard. I'm with you, sister. It's brand new. We're all on the same learning curve. But choosing to not figure it out is a form of quitting. It's not helping yourself and your team be the leader that you need to be. I've had to go to people and say, okay, it sounds like you understand back office. Can you explain this to me? Because I'm wanting to know how to do this better. It doesn't mean you have to go figure it out yourself. There's strength, obviously, in knowledge. Go to the people that have the knowledge, but don't choose to just not kind of take that on, learn that skill, practice it, because it's hard. This business is going to be hard in so many different ways, but it's also going to be the most rewarding business that you could ever pour your time and energy into. Another way that I see quitting impacting my team is through their feelings, right? So momentary feelings will always try to convince you to forfeit your faithfulness. And so when you tell your leader, I want to go gold. My goal is to go gold now. I want to go senior gold. Or maybe you have people on your team that come to tell you that. And they want to go gold or senior gold or whatever it is. There comes points in their business where they get frustrated, right? That's a feeling. Where maybe they see someone else go gold that they wish that they had gone gold for themselves. That comparison, that jealousy almost, and I won't say jealousy in like a nasty way. I don't think most people are like that. I think most people they really want to reach that goal. And they see someone else get it and they're like, man, it shows that it's possible. I know it can. Why isn't it happening for me? And so it becomes this inward reflection of just like, things aren't happening. And then we tend to look at our team and be like, so-and-so's not doing this and this. And do you see how the negativity spreads when we start thinking that way? If we don't take hold of our thoughts, like I said earlier, the thoughts becomes the words you speak, and the words you speak becomes the actions you take. If we don't take captive those thoughts, it will impact the rest of our business. And so your feelings will always try to derail you. And I want you to prepare yourselves that there are going to be moments in this business that you're going to feel on top of the world. And there's going to be other moments in this business where you're going to feel like, is this ever going to happen? Where are all these people? I need new customers. What's going on? Am I going to hit that goal? Am I going to have people that see the vision that I see? And you're going to have those feelings and those thoughts, and they're going to start trying to control your actions. Your defeat will come from your thoughts. It's not going to be coming from your business. It's not going to be coming from Plexus. So let's be real. The products work. Okay. It's not coming from Plexus. Your defeat is going to come from your thoughts. So take captive those thoughts. I know some people have shared, I'm not sure if Kate has shared with y'all, but the app, the Think Up app, if you have that one, use that, y'all. And I'm not joking. I'm the one that laughed at it. So like, this is coming from someone that was like, this is too woo-woo for me. I'm a little bit more like grounded, and I don't do this whole like put positive in the, no. That was like, I was totally not on board. But finally, I said, that's not being coachable, right? If I'm going to hear other people saying that this works and I'm going to choose to be like, no, it doesn't, that's not being coachable. So I kind of like ate my own words, downloaded the app, and recorded my voice making, positive statements. And y'all, I listen to it every day, and I listen to it every night before I go to bed. I have it on repeat. And it has been amazing how those words have impacted my heart and my mind. It is so important that you recognize that your thoughts are going to change your business. And that, guess what? That means that you have the power to absolutely unlock an explosive business. You have that within you. You don't have to go somewhere else to find it. You don't have to go do some crazy leadership training. You have the ability to change your business through your thoughts, because your thoughts will change your actions. And I say that, like I said, as the person that was like, this is too woo-woo, but that's how much I believe it. So if you need my belief, steal it for a little bit, download the app, and get some good positive thoughts out there and start thinking it through that, okay? The Bible talks about the tongue, breathes life or death, right? It's true. You can breathe life into your business, or you can breathe death into your business. And it's all based on what you're going to say and what you're going to think. And so I'm sure Kate has great examples for y'all. If you can't think of positive, if you're like, I don't even know where to start with this, she can get you some. I can send you mine. It's probably the biggest thing I would say has impacted how I wake up in the morning. Instead of being like, oh no, my business, this or that, I wake up thinking through the things that I thought the night before, the positive things, and I view my business very differently. So that would be one of the things I would encourage you to do. I also want to talk about when we're discouraged in our business. Sometimes discouragement is brought on by our own disobedience. And by disobedience, I just mean not working your business. Okay. Sometimes we want to say, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh, it's my team, oh, it's that. When really discouragement can come from your own lack of follow through. Are you really talking to 5 people every day about Plexus? And y'all, I don't mean sending like a message. That's not talking to people. They have to actually respond to you for it to be considered talking. Just FYI. I have people on my team all the time that are like, I sent 30 messages today. I'm like, great. Like, how many conversations did you have? Like, oh, like one girl responded, but and I'm like, so you're not, they like think in their head they're talking to people, right? You have to be having conversations. And if you're hiding behind your messenger, y'all, pick up the phone. It's the best thing you could do for your business. You're going to fall in love with it. Even if it freaks you out, I promise you're going to fall in love with it because you'll gain so much confidence. People will hear your voice and they'll be so moved by your belief and by what you're talking about and your passion and your excitement. And you'll get so much more accomplished. Okay. Like you can go back and forth on Messenger for like days, right? You can send a message to someone and then they like get busy. Their kid goes to T-ball or whatever. And then they forget to respond or, you have to do that awkward follow-up and try to get them back engaged in the conversation. No, just get on the phone, have that quick conversation. You can answer all their questions right there. And you can, move through and be like, hey, you ready to do this? Like, I'm so excited for you. Sounds like I answered all your questions. Let's do this, right? And then do it right then. And you have secured for yourself a new customer or a new ambassador. So pick up the phone. It's huge. So don't let your discouragement come into your life based off of your own actions. I have like I said, a lot of people on my team like to blame outside forces, or they like to blame their downline, or they like to say, well, my upline's not involved, or this or that. I mean, we can come up with tons of different reasons why we think our business isn't working. But the only cure for your business is your action. That's the only thing that's going to change your business is your action. And so that comes to, Kate had asked me to talk about grit. And I actually wrote down the definition of grit. And that is defined as the strength of our character, which is determined by our passion and perseverance. And so I do feel like this business is a test of character, right? It's a test of who you are as a person. Do you give up when things get hard? Do you quit believing in yourself? Do you go into a cycle of defeat, right? The cycle of defeat says you started something, you're all excited. You face some failure, which maybe that was a no from somebody, or maybe you had a whole week of no's. Okay? That can feel pretty negative. You can be like, ugh, no one wants Plexus. Everyone's saying no. And so you're kind of facing this failure, and then you start to feel hopeless, right? When you hear the no's, you're like, well, no one's going to want it. And like, I shouldn't reach out. And then you get busy, and then you stop doing it, and then you quit before you know it. You quit showing up for the calls. You quit showing up for development. You quit putting yourself out there. You quit looking for those no's. And that's that cycle of defeat. And it shows up at time and time again. Why do you think when I run on a treadmill for 45 minutes and then I go look in the mirror and I'm not 30 pounds lighter, do I like want to give up on my treadmill? I'm like, well, that didn't work. I blame the treadmill. No, it's me. I only did it for one day. That's crazy. But my brain does it. That's like a mini cycle of defeat right there. I look in the mirror. I face the failure. Oh, it didn't work. Now I feel hopeless. Nothing's going to work. I'm never going to look this way, whatever it is, and then I quit. Same thing with, anything that gets hard. I liken my Plexus business to marriage. Okay. If I gave up on my Plexus business when it didn't feel good, if I gave up on marriage when it didn't feel good, we would have been divorced on my honeymoon. I mean, let's be real. Like, it was fun and all, but yeah, we traveled and we bickered and we got to know each other real close. Like, things would have been done much sooner. But you become a person that is committed and that God can count on and that other people can count on this business. And that comes from your grit, your character. Who are you? Who are you going to be? Who are you going to be to other people? When they talk about you, do people talk about you that, oh, so-and-so, I love talking to her because she's always so pumped up about her business? Is that how people view you? Or when people come to you and say, I love going to her for advice because she always takes some time out for me and she really cares to listen to what I have to say. Is that how people view you? When people read your posts on Facebook, do people come to you and say ever, I really love that you're so uplifting and you're very encouraging? Or are your posts kind of, oh, woe is me, this is happening, here's my drama, Here's my Mari show snippet. Like, I mean, are we putting it all out there? Or are we being encouraging people to others? Because this world is so dark, y'all. It's so dark. It needs light. It needs people like you to be a light to others, to offer them hope. And you can do that through Plexus. That's one of my favorite things about Plexus, is that it's hope. It's not makeup. Nothing against makeup. Believe me, I need it. It's nothing against makeup companies. It's nothing against, nail companies or jewelry or anything like that. Those things just are not life-changing. And they don't give people hope. So I love that we can be hope dealers and that we have that responsibility and that, ability through this business to share our love for others and our love for helping people on a consistent basis, that we can be that difference in people's news feeds. So I want you to ask yourself, what have your feelings convinced you that you could not do? Have your feelings told you that you'll never make it to Emerald? Have they convinced you that your points are never going to go higher than 250? Have they convinced you that every month your points are going to go backwards? Have your feelings convinced you that, like you're not a leader? That's a big one I get sometimes. Oh, I'm not a leader. I don't know how to be a leader. You're a leader if you have one person on your team. They followed you. They believed you. They wanted to do what you were doing. You gave them that vision, right? You're a leader. So don't for 1 second think that you can't be one. You are one. So what have your feelings convinced you that you can't do? And start calling them out. Because when you start recognizing those things, the way that your feelings are holding you back and what specific things are making you feel like you can't do stuff, that's where the knowledge is power. Because then you can start identifying when those things come up. Because your thoughts are telling you, I can't do this. It's too hard. There's no way. It doesn't matter that much if I do this or not. Right? It doesn't matter if I don't hit that goal. It should matter to you about your goals, that you're striving after them the best that you can. So our character has to match our calling. That's the only way that we're going to get there, right? So if you feel called to hit that next goal, to be a gold, well, look at your character. Is your character saying that I'm working my business every day consistently? Am I someone that other people can count on? Am I growing myself as a leader? Am I, putting myself in positions to grow? Am I getting out of my comfort zone? Am I picking up that phone? Am I showing my team how it's done? Do they believe that I'm going to work harder than anybody else on this team? Right? That's what it's going to take for you to get to your next goals. Are you going to Kate for accountability? Are you saying, okay, I want you to hold me to this. This is my dream. This is what I want to do. Help me set up a game plan and hold me to it. Right? Are you looking for ways to grow yourself? Because that is the way that you're going to actually achieve your calling. And so, like I said, you can go to all the different personal development stuff and you can go through your leadership training because it's all important. I think it's all great. But until you address your heart issue, your daily mental thought issue, your actions and how you handle adversity and opposition and how you view the challenges that come with this business, it's going to be like taking 2 steps forward, 1 step backward, right? You can have all the knowledge in the world that you want, but until your heart changes, until you're, fully captivated by becoming someone that others can count on. And y'all, I don't just mean others like your team or your family or whatever. I mean yourself. Broken promises to yourself are the worst. They're the most disastrous to your mindset. If you said to yourself, I'm going to do this, and then you don't do it, your brain starts to believe it, right? Oh, you told me that before, but you didn't do it. So then the next time a challenge comes up, your brain goes back to that moment where oh, remember last time something challenging happened? You didn't follow through and you didn't do it. And so then it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier to quit. So I'm not talking just outside. I'm talking making sure you're keeping your promises to yourself. And y'all, you can start tomorrow morning. Okay? Your success comes from daily action. So you've got tomorrow morning. Remember, you have all the power in the world, in yourself, to make yourself successful through your thoughts. So tomorrow morning, you have a choice. Wake up, view the day as it's your day, and you have 20 hours, whatever it is that you want to look at it as, to make this day work. And I know we have schedules and stuff, but schedule it out. Know that we're going to drop your kids off here. I'm going to go work on my business for 30 minutes here. I'm going to do only prospecting. I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to find 5 people to talk to today, right? 5 people. I'm putting positive thoughts out there. I'm choosing my day. I'm making my day. I'm running my day instead of my day running me. Okay. And the more you do that day after day, day after day, day after day, you'll find yourself a much more positive person, a much more committed person. And you're going to view opposition as something to grow you instead of, bring you down. Okay. And so that is where your heart change is going to come from, putting in that daily work. There's just something that is to be said about a woman that follows through with their commitments, despite how you feel. There's strength and honor and God's glory on the other side of remaining steadfast. And that's what I want in life. Because Plexus is more than just a pink drink in health and finances. It's becoming the woman that God made you to be. And so maybe where you're at in your business right now is because God wants you to grow. Maybe he's wanting the season of refinement for you so that he can show his glory through whatever you're dealing with in your business. So I just love to think of it that way because it's more empowering to me to think about the fact that I have an opportunity to do what God's called me to do and to rise up and to meet him at this place instead of shrinking back and quitting when God was trying to count on me. What if he has something amazing waiting for us? I know he does, but what if we're missing out on it because we shrink back and we don't put our heart into it because it's hard and it's messy and it's not fun and it doesn't feel like we thought it would right now, right? There is blessing and there is strength and honor on the other side of following through and being a woman that people can count on. So that's all I had to share tonight.
Thank you so much, Katie. It's so incredible when somebody from outside of our team takes the time to pour into us. That's one of the things that I love about Plexus is just there's no benefit to Katie except probably her self-growth, right? To come on and to share with us. And I absolutely love it. And one of the things that kind of spoke to me when you were saying last was about breaking those promises to yourself. And I know that you're reading this, Katie, right?
Yeah.
And I am obsessed. I'm almost done. But there's a whole chapter on that about, not breaking promises to yourself. And I never really thought about that. You know what I mean? Because I am one of those people who, I was on a Zoom call while I was delivering my baby. Okay. So like I literally, I was, you can ask my teammates, I don't break my promises. You know what I mean? And I always follow through, but I never held that for myself. You know what I mean? And why not? Why am I not good enough for that? And I think that that's something that really resonated with me in the book. And when you kind of, redefine that for us, it's not just about following through for everybody else. It's about following through for you. And, kind of going, believing that there's something purposeful for where you're at right now in your business and where you're going. And so thank you for that. Does anybody have any questions for Katie? Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Katie. I really, really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your evening. And thanks, everybody, for joining us. Okay. Good night.
Night, y'all.